The Handley-Page HP-42 set a new standard for luxury travel when it took to the skies in 1930. This giant British biplane cruised at a gentle pace, offering passengers unmatched cabin comfort on early imperial routes. The de Havilland DH-86 Express entered service in early 1934. Built rapidly to carry mail and passengers across the empire, this slim biplane successfully bridged long distances across difficult oceanic gaps. The Fokker F-36 was a massive wooden-winged airliner that first flew in June of 1934. Designed for European travel, this 32-seat giant stood out as the largest transport plane built by the Dutch. The Fokker F-22 took flight in early 1935 as a slightly scaled-down version of their previous design. This four-engine monoplane carried 22 passengers in high comfort across early European airline routes. The short Empire flying boat revolutionized global travel after its initial launch in 1936. This iconic British boatplane brought immense luxury and reliable long-range mail delivery to the far reaches of the British Empire. The de Havilland Albatross made its stunning debut in 1937 with a sleek wooden construction. Optimized for high aerodynamic efficiency, this beautiful mail plane paved the way for future transatlantic passenger concepts. The Focke-Wulf FW200 Condor took to the skies in 1937 as a cutting-edge German design. It quickly grabbed headlines by flying non-stop from Berlin to New York, changing expectations for long-range commercial range. The Boeing 314 Clipper conquered global oceans starting in 1938. This luxury flying boat offered passengers overnight berths and fine dining during legendary long-distance routes across both major oceans. The Boeing 307 Stratoliner transformed commercial aviation in 1938. It was the very first airliner to feature a fully pressurized cabin, allowing passengers to comfortably cruise high above turbulent weather. The Avro York first flew in 1942 as a versatile transport aircraft utilizing famous bomber wings. This rugged British design quickly stepped up to move large amounts of passenger and military cargo during critical global events. The Lockheed Constellation made its debut in 1943 with a beautiful triple-tail design. This fast pressurized aircraft pushed airlines into a new era of rapid coast-to-coast travel with unmatched reliability and speed. The Douglas DC-4 entered service during the 1940s to handle massive global transport needs. With its simple tricycle gear and rugged build, this workhorse established the foundation for modern long-distance airline flights. The SNK's SE-161 Languedoc took its first flight in 1945. This elegant post-war French transport plane carried passengers across regional European networks, rebuilding civilian air travel connections. The Avro Lancastrian flew in 1945 as a direct modification of a famous heavy night bomber. Stripped of guns, this fast stopgap airliner carried urgent mail and 9 VIP passengers on exhausting long-distance routes. The Avro Tudor took flight in 1945 as a British effort to build a sleek post-war luxury transport. Though it faced early aerodynamic challenges, it served as a pressurized step toward advanced commercial aircraft design. The Douglas DC-6 arrived in 1946 to offer airlines improved range and cabin pressure. This highly capable piston engine airliner allowed operators to run profitable long-distance schedules across all major continents. The Canadair North Star first flew in 1946 as a unique Canadian modification of a classic frame. By using loud Rolls-Royce Merlin engines, this reliable airliner provided great speed for both civilian and military tasks. The Handley-Page Hermes took to the skies in 1948 as a modern British post-war transport. It featured a fully pressurized cabin, providing comfortable travel on regional paths across Africa and the Middle East. The Vickers Viscount revolutionized passenger comfort when it first flew in 1948. As the world's first turboprop airliner, it eliminated heavy piston vibrations and gave travelers a beautifully smooth and quiet ride. The Aviation Trader's Carver was a unique mid-century modification built to ferry cars and passengers together. With its distinct raised cockpit design, it allowed vehicles to drive straight into the nose for short channel crossings. The de Havilland Comet made aviation history by taking flight in 1949. As the very first commercial jet airliner, it flew incredibly high and fast, completely changing how the world viewed long-distance passenger travel. The Handley-Page Marathon flew in 1949 as a small feeder liner for regional networks. This high-wing aircraft was built to carry up to 20 passengers, connecting smaller local airports to main international hubs. The Breguet 761 introduced a massive double-deck transport layout in 1949. This heavy French aircraft excelled at moving large numbers of passengers or bulky freight across short regional distances. The Douglas DC-7 arrived in 1953 as the ultimate evolution of piston engine aircraft. Built specifically for non-stop transcontinental travel, it allowed airlines to fly coast to coast against strong headwinds. The Bristol Britannia earned the name Whispering Giant after its initial flight in 1952. This large British turboprop airliner offered exceptionally quiet cabins and excellent range across challenging international networks. The Ilyushin IL-18 took to the skies in 1957, becoming a legendary Soviet workhorse. This exceptionally tough turboprop airliner proved it could operate reliably in the most extreme and remote environments. The Antonov An-10 Ukrainer first flew in 1957 to serve regional passenger routes. Featuring a high wing and specialized landing gear, this rugged Soviet aircraft easily operated from unpaved and snowy runways. The Boeing 707 made its monumental debut in late 1957. This legendary jet aircraft truly kick-started the global jet age, offering unmatched speed and economics that made air travel accessible to millions. The Vickers Vanguard took flight in 1959 as a large and highly efficient turboprop transport. Designed with a unique double-bubble fuselage, it carried massive amounts of underfloor freight alongside its passengers. The Lockheed L-188 Electra entered service in 1957 as a fast turboprop. With its quick acceleration and short runway performance, it excelled on busy domestic routes across the United States. The Douglas DC-8 took flight in 1958 to challenge the early dominance of the jet age. This robustly engineered aircraft offered airlines impressive range, high capacity, and great structural longevity. The Convair 880 arrived in 1959 as a fast option for domestic jet travel. Built to outrun its competitors, this sleek aircraft sacrificed total capacity in exchange for pure high-speed cruise performance. The Lockheed Starliner represented the final ultimate variant of the classic Constellation line in 1957. With a completely redesigned wing, it achieved incredible range for non-stop transcontinental flights. The Boeing 720 took flight in 1960 as a lighter short-range sibling of the 707. Optimized for domestic runways, this agile jet allowed airlines to bring fast jet service to smaller airports. The Lockheed Jetstar made its official debut in 1960 as a pioneering four-engine business jet. With its unique rear-mounted engines, it provided corporate executives with transcontinental speed and excellent comfort. The Convair 990 Coronado flew in 1961 as an upgraded high-speed jet. Featuring distinctive anti-shock bodies on the wings, it stood out as one of the absolute fastest commercial airliners of its time. The Vickers VC-10 took to the skies in 1962, showcasing a unique clean wing design. With four rear-mounted engines and massive thrust, it offered amazing short runway performance on hot and high African air routes. The Ilyushin IL-62 made its maiden flight in 1963 with a distinct rear-engine layout. As the premier long-range Soviet flagship, it connected distant continents with reliable non-stop passenger service. The Lockheed L-100 Hercules took flight in 1964 as the commercial variant of a famous airlifter. Its rugged design and rear-loading ramp allowed operators to move heavy freight into remote dirt strips. The Boeing 747 changed the world forever when it took flight in 1969. Earning the title Queen of the Skies, this massive wide-body jumbo jet made global travel affordable for the masses. The Tupolev Tu-144 made history by flying in late 1968. As the very first supersonic transport to take flight, this delta-wing Soviet aircraft pushed the absolute boundaries of commercial speed. The Concorde took to the skies in early 1969 as a stunning supersonic masterpiece. Cruising at twice the speed of sound, it allowed wealthy passengers to cross the Atlantic Ocean in under 3.5 hours. The Ilyushin IL-76 first flew in 1971 as a heavy-duty heavy-lift transport. Featuring a distinct glazed nose, this powerful Soviet jet easily moved massive cargo into the most rugged regions on Earth. The Shaanxi Y8 entered service in 1974 based on a classic transport design. This versatile Chinese 4-engine turboprop has handled passenger, cargo, and specialized military tasks for many decades. The de Havilland Canada-7 took flight in 1975 to master short runways. With 4 quiet turboprops, this specialized airliner could easily climb out of confined urban airports with 50 passengers. The Ilyushin IL-86 made its official debut in 1976 as the first Soviet wide-body jet. Built to move large crowds between major cities, it featured a unique luggage with lower deck entry system. The Shanghai Y-10 took flight in 1980, representing China's first major effort to build a large jet airliner. Though only prototypes were completed, it provided crucial engineering experience for the nation aerospace. The BAE 146 entered the regional market after flying in 1981. Known for its quiet operation and 4 small engines, this high-wing jet became a favorite for noise-sensitive city center airports. The Airbus A380 took to the skies in 1991 as a long-range wide-body. Designed to cross vast oceans without twin-engine restrictions, it offered airlines exceptional efficiency on long, thin routes. The Avro RJ took flight in 1992 as an upgraded version of the quiet British regional jet. Featuring modern digital avionics, it continued a long tradition of reliable short-field performance worldwide. The Ilyushin Il-96 made its debut in 1988 as an advanced wide-body design. Featuring a modernized digital cockpit and winglets, this long-range aircraft serves as the official transport for top leaders. The Airbus A380 made a monumental entrance when it flew in 2005. As the largest passenger airliner ever constructed, this double-deck giant offered unmatched space and quiet comfort for long paths.